hopefully this will stay on when I start it. Alright. Hi Emily, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you, Anne?
Good, it's nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
Well, like we start off most of our sessions, I just wanted to go over confidentiality and our informed consent again. As you know, I am an inexperienced counselor, so I can't offer you any form of formal counseling, and I also can't offer you any form of legal confidentiality. And then we have a videotape set up, so if it's still alright with you, I may share that with some of my classmates and my professor.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, perfect. And then just as far as confidentiality goes, although I can't provide you any form of legal confidentiality, I also have, I have to report if there's any signs of harm to self, harm to others, or any sort of abuse. Alright, do you have any questions about that?
Nope, sounds good.
Alright, good. Well, last session we talked a lot about your goddaughter Sophia and the relationship that you have with her. We also talked a lot about the relationship you have with her mother, Stacy, and how that's kind of changed from becoming cousins to becoming your goddaughter's mother. And there's some bumps in the road because of that. Maybe you don't get to go out and drink and party as much, but it's still a lot of fun now that you have Sophia to focus on a little bit more. And then we also talked about how Sophia is kind of far away, so it's kind of hard for you to be there for her all the time, but when you are there, you like to really make the most of it and do fun crafts and stuff and watch Disney movies.
Yep.
And so yeah, we talked a lot about Sophia. So would you like to explore anything with that further, or is there anything else you'd like to talk about today?
Yeah, actually after our session I was thinking about it, and I brought up, I really only talked to you about all like the good things with Sophia, but some of like the more challenging, difficult aspects I didn't really address, so I would like to bring that up today.
Okay.
So when Sophia was 1.5 years, she was diagnosed with juvenile arthritis, and she's currently in remission now at the age of 5, but it's been like a really bumpy up and down kind of road with it. A lot of people don't know that kids can also get arthritis, and it's hard too because like there's really not like a cure or a treatment for it that works really well for all the kids. With Sophia, she has gotten cortisol injections into her knees, and it's like a big shot, and kids and needles just usually aren't good, so that's a big thing with Sophie, and she hates doing it. Another thing is that she has to take basically like the children's version of a leave, and she'll probably end up like growing out of that too, because her like tolerance will increase as she gets older from taking it so much as a child. So that's been really difficult. She's been a trooper, but it's just been hard on everyone. First of all, just like explaining and knowing what it is, because a lot of people, including myself, had no idea that kids could also get arthritis, and it's been hard for the whole family.
Yeah, it sounds like these ups and downs that go with this this arthritis that she has that you didn't even know existed, and it sounds like a lot of people don't even know really exist until it's happening in their lives. It sounds like there's a lot of ups and downs, and it's really difficult for you.
Yeah, now that she's in remission, it's gotten better, but it's still something that we all worry about. Like when she gets sick, her knees swell up and she's in pain, and she asks Stacy, her mom, like, "Mommy, help me," or like what, like she's in pain clearly, but like it's hard because you can't really help her. You know, there's no like vaccination or like cure for it. She's just got to get through it, you know.
Right. By the way that you're talking about this, it seems like it is difficult and sad, but I wonder if you notice that you kind of have a smile on your face while you're talking about it.
I didn't really notice that, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I've had to like talk about this with a lot of people and try to stay positive for Sophie, so maybe that's just part of why I try to put on a brave face, I guess. Yeah, I didn't really notice that was happening.
Yeah, well, it seems like, by the way you're talking about it, that you have learned a lot about it and maybe have explained it to a lot of people before, but that smile being because you are trying to stay positive for Sophia?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Like we talked about last week, I try to be like the jokester, Auntie M, and I like try to make all of our interactions fun. So when she's hurting or in pain or like she's sick and then she also is in pain, I just try to like make her feel better. So maybe that's just part of it, just trying to stay strong for her even though she's in pain.
Yeah, playing that positive role model in her life.
Yeah, I tried to, definitely. Yeah, but it's been hard. I've had to explain it to a lot of people, including like most of my family members, because they had like no idea kids could get this either. And like every year we try to do this Jingle Bell walk for juvenile arthritis in Green Bay. It's around Christmas time, and usually like the whole family either donates or gets involved with the walk, and we have shirts that say like Team Sophia on the back, so it's nice to like get all the support for her and stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like you and your family do a lot to support her.
Yeah, we definitely try to. Like it's like I said, there's no cure for it or anything, so just trying to like donate and support the cause of trying to find a cure for it is something that we're trying to do.
Yeah, so it sounds like from what I've heard from last week and this week, you do a lot to support Sophia, even from such a far distance, in her illness, but also just being that godmother who's the jokester and making her Halloween cards and stuff like that.
Yeah, I actually just finished her Halloween card the other night, and it turned out pretty good. Like, my art skills weren't the best at like 11 o'clock at night, but I think it turned out good, and I hope she likes it.
Good.
Yeah. So, another thing that I was going to talk to you about was I've just been like stressing out about class lately. There's like Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. So, and like every year it's just like it's all my family gets together and we have like a nice meal and no one's like fighting about anything, you know, like little family fights. But this year I have class the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, and I'm not going to be able to drive the 4 hours home that night, so I'm going to have to do it Thanksgiving morning during like a whole bunch of traffic and everything, so that's just been like really stressing me out.
Yeah, you sound a little bit frustrated and having to have that class so late at night before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and just to like top it all off, that class got like pushed back a week, so now we have back-to-back presentations Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I go home Thursday morning for Thanksgiving. So it's just like all the stuff that I have to like earn before I get to drive home.
You seem to have a lot on your plate.
Yeah, it's definitely a stressful part of the semester.
And you say stressful part of the semester, but again, you were laughing about it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's just like my nervous way of trying to make it better.
Yeah, just trying to stay positive, like
Yeah.
when you laugh or smile when you talk about Sophia.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's just part of my personality, just trying to stay positive about stuff, even if it's stressful or it's painful, like with Sophia, I guess. Yeah, just trying to like stay positive. And I love to laugh, so I guess that's just like one of my defense mechanisms or something.
Yeah, so laughing makes you feel better about these kind of more painful or stressful events.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, so we talked a little bit about Sophia and her juvenile arthritis and how that kind of affects and plays into your life and your family's life.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of segued into school and how you aren't going to be able to drive home that night because you have class and presentations and how that's stressful. Is there anything else you'd like to explore with that?
Well, I guess just like, it is like my first semester of grad school, like really in grad school, so I think overall it's been going pretty well. I like most of my classes, and the professors are great. They're really understanding and supportive, which is like exactly what I wanted from this program when I applied to it, you know? So I think just like having that like support from my professors has been really helpful. And it's stuff that I actually want to learn, you know, like this is for my future. It's not like undergrad classes that I'm never going to use anymore. So it's really nice being in grad school and like having that support and having that like feeling of finally knowing, like learning stuff that I'm going to need to know.
Mm-hmm.
And then also it is like stressful because it is like for the future, you know.
Yeah, so it sounds like even though with these projects and stuff and having a lot of stress because they're all happening at the same time, you're still pretty excited and happy that at least it's stuff that you like learning about,
Mm-hmm.
and it's with the support of professors and in classes that you really enjoy. But yeah, it's still stressful, especially thinking about how this is your future.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, like I said, like overall, it's been going good. It's just like the stress kind of just like builds up over time, and then like learning that I have 2 back-to-back projects, and then like Thanksgiving. It's just like that kind of just like put me over the top this week on my stress, you know?
Over the top.
Yeah. So I've just been kind of like feeling that stress lately, but really, it's like I know in the long run they're just like projects, and my groups for those projects are already pretty prepared for that. So it's just me like psyching myself out, like because I'm not getting my way with my favorite holiday.
So you kind of see a connection there between the stress of kind of that social holiday aspect
Mm-hmm.
and the stress that comes from school and how they kind of are interacting.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, just like the stress of knowing that like Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday, isn't gonna be starting the way I want it to start, and I have to like drive through 4.5 hours of traffic, probably in the snow, the morning of Thanksgiving. that's just stressful thinking about it, and then like even though my projects will probably go well, like the 2 projects that I had before Thanksgiving, it's just like I have 2 projects that I have to do now.
Yeah, so not necessarily the content of the projects and getting them done and doing them, it's just more of the fact that they're at the time that they're at.
Yeah. Like I originally thought they would be more spaced out like throughout the end of the semester,
Mm-hmm.
but then like things got pushed back, so understandably it just didn't work out as well as I wanted it to.
Okay. Yeah, so just kind of, you can see that stress and kind of almost maybe a frustration in the fact that things aren't working out for you around the time of your favorite holiday.
Yeah, I would totally say that I'm frustrated with it. And I don't know, I guess like just trying to be positive, like I know it's gonna work out, it's just like right now it sucks.
Yeah, so even though you can see ahead into the future and you know that it's all going to end up working out right now, like even sitting with me right now, it seems stressful. And
Yeah. And then like when I think about what I have to do after Thanksgiving, it's really not that much. So like getting it all done right before Thanksgiving is going to be more beneficial in the long run of the semester, you know. It's like after Thanksgiving it's gonna be like a breeze. I just have like 1 paper and 1 test for like 2 weeks.
So yeah, 1 paper and 1 test after Thanksgiving and 2 projects before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and I can't remember, there might be some other assignments and stuff, but just like major stuff, all the major stuff is pretty much due before Thanksgiving. so at least I'll be able to relax, like, during my Thanksgiving holiday with my family and, like, know that I shouldn't, like, I don't have to be, like, going home and doing homework that night, you know?
Yeah. You seem pretty happy about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, yep. It's frustrating, definitely, but it's also, like, I can see it positively and negatively.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. So like you just said, on the one hand, it is positive in the aspect that you'll get everything done, have a relaxing Thanksgiving, but on the other hand, it is just getting all that done before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Mhm. Definitely. Yeah. I know, like, for the projects, one of them is our advocacy project, and my group is basically already done with it. We just have to, like, write it all up and make a nice PowerPoint and then plan out, like, what we're gonna say exactly. So that's basically done. That project we got done last weekend. So
Mhm.
yeah, that project was, we put on like a 5K race, and it actually went over really well despite the fact that it was supposed to be really rainy and just like a dreary morning.
Mhm.
We actually had like 74 participants.
That's a lot of participants.
Yeah, it was exciting to like see like that many people turned out to come to this race and like support both the really great charities that the money goes towards.
Yeah, you seem kind of surprised that you got 74 people, but also very excited.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was just the fact that like it was supposed to be such like a crappy morning weather-wise, and then it turned out like it stopped raining for us, so it turned out better than we expected, and then people actually showed up. So yeah, it definitely was surprising, but really great to see that many people turn out.
Yeah, great. Well, it seems like you're really happy about this advocacy project and the turnout, and also that the fact that it is over now and that you have most of what you need to do your one of your projects.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely like a huge foundation piece of that project that we don't have to worry about anymore. We already put in all the work. We just have to like make it sound cohesive and like put it into a final product to deliver to our class.
Yeah. So that's good that then that you got all that done and out of the way, and all you have to do is this one part that you don't seem very worried about.
Yeah, it's, I guess like now that I'm thinking about it, those projects won't be as stressful because like that is like a huge piece it's practically done. So like that one won't be as stressful as like I originally was working myself up for.
Yeah, so like even just 5 minutes ago you could tell, or I could tell, that there was a lot of stress and frustration and maybe even some anxiety for getting these two projects done. But now that you've talked about it and told me a little bit about it, you can tell that you're you even said a little less stressed about it. And
yeah, definitely.
yeah, and earlier you used the term psych yourself out.
Yeah, that, I think I kind of just like resolved that a little bit. Just by like talking about it, it kind of made me feel better. You know, like how you have to rant about something sometimes and then it feels better.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, well today we talked a lot about Sophia again, which was great. Being able to see you be happy about her, and then also see kind of the illness in her and how that takes a toll on you and your family, but how you like to stay positive about it. You could really tell that you were trying to stay positive about it when you talk about it, which you seem to have to do quite a bit. And then we kind of segued into Thanksgiving and visiting with your family and how you have a lot of projects due before Thanksgiving. And then towards the end we kind of talked a little bit about how there are both positive and negative aspects to it. The negative ones being that you have those projects and class right before Thanksgiving during your favorite holiday. But the positive aspects being that after Thanksgiving you don't have that much to do and you'll be able to relax a little bit. And it seemed that even when you were talking about your advocacy project that you kind of became a little less stressed out about it. So
Yep, definitely.
Okay, good. Is there anything else you want to let me know before we wrap up today?
I think that sounds good for today.
All right, it was nice to see you again, Emily.
Good to see you too, Anne.